one that does not love himself. That's on to Sonor. Monday, folks. That means let's go. My name is Abby. Welcome to Kudu. Greater Kudu are the paler ones. Female Greater Kudu do not have horns, so those would be some lovely birds. They tend to come out to feed at night, fade back to the water when the sun rises for the protection. So there are more of them there to the left behind the island. They are one of Africa's most dangerous animals, weighing in at about 5,500 horse, but they don't like it when other animals share their space. Also to the left, lots of pinkback pelicans. They get that name because during mating season, or some of the feathers, they also sleep underwater. Actually, clearly they sleep out of the water as well, but they can sleep underwater. Just like your body knows. Nile crocodiles there. The Nile crocodile is the largest species of crocodile in Africa. You can tell them apart from alligators because you can see their teeth when their mouths are closed. They can run at speeds up to 10 miles an hour, because their branches look like roots. Elands are the largest antelope on the reserve. Males get to be up to 6 feet tall at the shoulder. So that means 6 feet tall. They're also called painted dogs, and they are not related to hyenas. They have very unique markings. That's actually how they tell each other apart. And they are very cute. But as cute as they are, you do not want to take those dogs home with you, folks. They're very successful pack hunters. They have about an 80% success rate. That's much better than most. Now entering the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. The sable antelope was on that sign. They are our emblem. That's because they are fiercely protective, and we feel that way about the animals. They're actually so protective, they've been known to fight off larger predators like cheetahs and lions. Now we're going to go ahead and pass this drip back. It's also important to remember if you're ever close enough to an animal that you think, man, I really want to touch it. Please don't try to touch it. Giraffes spend about 20 hours out of their day eating. That might seem a little lazy to you, but it's actually not. They need all of that energy because they only sleep. Word that comes from Dutch settlers in South Africa, and it means wild beast. Surprise! Who'd have thunk it? Wildebeest means wild beast. They are herd animals, the wildebeest. They actually live in the most densely packed groups of any animal except for humans. They're also called the gnu, spelled G-N-U. That's because of the sound that they make. I believe that is a male African elephant. He appears to be by himself. Males are quite a bit more solitary. They don't like to hang out with the herd so much. In fact, they leave the herd when they reach adulthood at about 13 to 15 years of age. Good at conserving water, that they have reservoirs of water in their trunks that can hold up to 10,000 gallons. The African elephants are very smart, so if they aren't near a water source, but they are near a baobab tree, they'll actually jam a tuscan, stick to their crops, and it worked extremely well for them. No more elephants attacking the crops. They also get to sell the honey. Win-win. African elephants are the largest land mammals. Males get to be up to 13,000 pounds. Females get to be up to 11,000 pounds. So those are the greater flamingo. They're the lightest color in pink of all the flamingos. That's because they're the largest. They get their pink color from the beta-carotene and the brine shrimp that they eat. That's what turns them pink over time. And a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance, a fitting name. You can see those elephants from here along with the flamingos. Rhinos get to be about 3,000 pounds. White rhinos get to be about 5,000 pounds. A group of rhinos is called a crash rhinos. They can charge at speeds up to 35 nocturnal. That's different than most large wild cats. And a group of cheetahs is called a coalition. That would be my favorite animal group name, personally. Try not to do that very often, because if they have to run that fast to catch their prey, they won't have enough energy left. He's laying down there. He seems pretty content right now, but if he were to roar for us as loudly as he could actually hear it from about 5 miles. Warthog there. Warthogs are closely related to the domesticated pig. They're the largest burrowing animal, and they back into their burrows with their tusks pointing outward, which helps protect them from predators. An ostrich close by there to the left. Okay, from an ostrich can kill a lion. While they do have wings, they do not fly. Instead, they use those wings to help steer themselves when they're running at speeds up to 40 miles an hour. Some zebras, very close by here as well. Those look like the Grant zebras, also called the common zebra. They're black with white stripes. You can tell that's fish, other birds, about anything that'll fit into their mouths, really. The oryx gets its name because its horns look like scimitar swords. You can go about 9 months without a drink of water, but I would not recommend trying that at home. The oryx is also considered extinct in the wild, so until very recently, it could actually only be seen on reserves. But luckily, very recently, a very small number of them were reintroduced into the wild.